Have to.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a true story, and I'll just try and tell it like it is. This is called Snapper Ballad. It has a few of my friends in it. Ken Purvis went out for a run, for a jog went he, to break the office tedium from ramparts to the sea. From ramparts to the sea, you say, from Fort York to the lake, through Coronation Park to where the concrete waters break. He cast his eyes along the shore to where they stand, the trees, planted for our men of war in a time of peace. In case you think I'm out to lunch in other ways than Ken, go read the plaques beneath each trunk remembering the men and women of the CEF whose bronze has turned to green, whose acronyms from Trend to Bin no longer seem to mean anything. Ken jogged by these and through them nearly past, an ancient misplaced mariner, a helmet on the grass. A snapping turtle, stranded, beat, who'd swum across the bay to lay her eggs in summer's dregs and found instead no way or place to put them, lawn and stone and trees and dogs and birds. She lay primeval and alone, but Ken called his friend Ward. I reached the spot, or thought I did, and called Ken on my cell. She was facing east, he said, and then I saw the shell. A mossy leather carapace, a mossy dragoned tail. Her head was up, her limbs were out, but drooped like windless sails. Her pupils were like one-eyed dice that seemed to see entire the rolling world since polar ice had given way to mire. The tree she'd reached had been cut down. The plaque beneath it read, 24th Battalion, but they, like it, were dead. It seemed to me the Snapper too would join them in her quest, perpetual to make anew before her final rest. I called on those who dare to care, our feral urban few, the Toronto Wildlife Centre, 631-0662. A woman answered, and her voice rang knowledgeful and clear. She told me that I had a choice, return the turtle here, where water battles sheer concrete, or a better way, to softer shores across the bay, Toronto's islands. Sure. 70 million years. Their lives won't fit into my lines. 70 million they've been here. That is Snapper time. It might take me, what, a day, or two at most, with friends, to ferry her across the bay, for I have Parkinson's. And so we hunkered side by each, immovable as stone, she searching for her cradle beach, me waiting on the phone. And then she came, my breath, my life, with plastic hamper came my lovely, darling, valiant wife. Then it began to rain. It rained on us, it rained on her. She raised her head and blinked. I gently used a fallen branch and shooed her in a wink into her temporary home with lid that did not seal, then shrouded her to keep her calm and carried her a while. All night she lay inside our tub, inside her plastic ark. All night she lay, creation's hub, in water, air, and dark. Once or twice we checked on her, once or twice she stirred, dreaming dreams, slow-moving streams, long ages before words. I sent out many messages by email on my Mac to help me make the passage and take the Snapper back. And one responded ere the dawn had raised her weary head, who had a car, who had no fear. Let's do it, Ward, he said. That he was last upon my list, he didn't seem to care, for in responding he was first. His name? Frank Bruno Hare. Frank, a friend I hadn't seen in ages, whom I'd met when out of gas I took a class and learned the Tai Chi set. Frank who held the open door between the west and east, a self-effacing warrior, the last who shall be first. And then we passed the ferry gate, and then we gained the lake, and headed out for Hanlon's Point, the city in our wake. It was a day of neither nor, misty but no rain, nor hot nor cold, as if the old world had begun again. We walked, we talked, we reminisced, we carried her by turns, past willows drooping in the mist and prehistoric ferns. At length we reached a round lagoon where water meets the land, a lily-padded murky moon inside a sky of sand. And whether she had had enough or whether she could smell the rain-rich water and the musk, she jumped within herself. Frank put her hamper on the shore. I took away the wrapper and tipped her out, our monitor, our armored mother snapper. At first it seemed she wouldn't leave, just sniffed the air and water. Then in the wet began to step this antediluvian daughter, walking slowly on the ooze, so slowly and so free, with bubbles coming from her nose. She water-walked away. She water-walked until her shell grew murky in the dim. She water-walked away until our eyes began to swim. And then we turned and went along the path that never ends. Such is the matter of my song, that started with a friend, a war, and ancient trees, all veterans of Earth, a mother captured and released to give us second birth.
Oh.